With summer approaching, and knowing that travel may still be restricted, we'd like to offer some local staycation suggestions. This week, we will look at a number of national parks located in New Jersey. The Sandy Hook unit of the Gateway National Recreation Area lies within the Fort Hancock and the Sandy Hook Proving Ground National Historic Landmark. It is home to several batteries and historic Army buildings, the oldest surviving lighthouse in the U.S., a former United States life-saving service station building, and dozens of public beaches and nature trails for exploration. The Morristown National Park consists of Washington's headquarters museum and the Jockey Hollow Visitor Center. Washington's headquarters, or the Ford Mansion, was built in the 1770s for St. Jacob Ford, Jr. He died in January of 1777, but his widow, Theodosia, allowed Washington to use her home as his headquarters during the winter of 1779 through 1780. Mrs. Ford and her family moved into 2 rooms while General Washington, his wife Martha, 5 aides de camp, 18 servants, and a number of visiting dignitaries and sometimes guards took over the rest of the house. The museum building, built in the 1930s, features a number of exhibits showing furniture, weapons, documents, and other objects from the 18th century. The Jockey Hollow Visitor Center includes the Tempe Wick House, built around 1750. Henry Wick's 1,400-acre farm made him the largest landowner in Morristown, and his forested land attracted Washington's army as they needed logs to build cabins and wood to burn for heating and cooking during the winter encampment of 1779, the coldest winter on record. The Great Swamp National Wildlife Refuge protects 7,800 acres in Morris County. Established in 1960, it is a migration, resting, and feeding area for more than 244 species of birds. The best times for observing wildlife are early in the morning and late afternoon. The refuge has close to 11.5 miles of foot access trails and 3 wildlife observation blinds and 1 wildlife overlook. The Delaware Water Gap National Recreation Area straddles a stretch of the Delaware River on the New Jersey and Pennsylvania border. It encompasses forested mountains, grassy beaches, and the Delaware Water Gap, which slices through the Kittatinny Ridge. Miles of trails include a section of the Appalachian National Scenic Trail. Dingman's Creek Trail leads through a hemlock ravine to the towering Dingman's Falls. The Paterson Great Falls National Park began as an ambitious project of Alexander Hamilton and the Society for Establishing Useful Manufacturers, SUM, in 1792 at the Great Falls, and the early development of water power systems for industrial use and various types of manufacturing. The Great Falls of Paterson, the centerpiece of this park, became a national landmark in 1967. At the time of making this video, most buildings in these parks were closed to the public. However, due to the loosening of COVID-19 restrictions, many of these buildings may be opened further along in the summer. Please check individual websites for each site for more current, up-to-date information.